Welcome to another episode of Aberrant, Project Utopia. This podcast is rated MA for fantasy violence, language, and sexual situations. The recordings of Aberrants will be in the raw, which means there will be little to no editing, no intro, closing music, and some silent moments, also known as dead air. I'm Kirk, and I'm the Game Master for Aberrant First Edition.
I'm Mary, and I'm going to be playing Bethany King, also known as Firefly.
I am Andrew. I'm going to be playing the Aberrant Connor Blood, named Zeus.
Okay, and last time we left off, we were in the middle of a battle, and it was going so bad.
I don't know.
So many bad things. Oh, so fast.
It was a little rough. We had a projection of an angel that appeared before the LGBT crowd and kind of stopped everything in the parade. And we had a gentleman by the name of Judgment who was basically poisoning people as he was walking through the crowd.
He is toxic masculinity.
Yes. And as this was happening, we had a speedster that was running around outside the perimeter creating sonic booms that was basically funneling everyone towards the center of the street where he was. So this speedster has also been able to disorientate Zeus, and did he disorientate you? I don't think he did anything to you.
Think so. I don't have any record of...
Yeah.
She's moving so fast, I don't think anyone's seen her, really.
No, I don't think I even know she exists yet.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not even sure she knows you exist yet, because
No,
you've
I don't think
been...
so.
I did throw a fireball at the giant guy, but I can't immolate right now because the crowd
Right.
is too close. So I don't otherwise have.
And I want to say that happened just recently.
Right, no,
Yeah.
like because that was the last blow, I think.
Yeah.
So it would have happened right before.
Yeah, we ended on a high note with you taking out the angel demon.
Right.
Zeus has no idea this has happened.
Right.
Zeus has failed all of the roles.
Right. All right. So
And I'm still looking around for the guy I lost in the crowd because
he leapt toward Zeus and landed and did his thing. So that's literally how things have ended this last turn. So I think to be safe, we should probably roll initiative again.
Yeah,
'cause I
no,
don't remember
definitely.
what's going on.
Sure.
I don't know what's happening. So.
I got a -6.
Yeah, it does affect all the rolls. And that was wits and what was that?
I thought it was like the
Wait.
total.
Is it a D10 plus
It's
your
a D10
initiative?
plus your initiative, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I believe is on the back of our sheets.
It is.
Yay, there it
I
is.
did not roll well, even though I have a decent initiative. So we'll see how this goes.
Okay, they got a 14 for the bads.
It's more than my 10
It's more than my 3.
because my +9 doesn't mean much when I roll the 1.
I have a +6. And so just the +6 and the -6, so that just cancels out. It's at the die roll. And I got a 3.
Yeah.
Zeus is here. Zeus just is right now.
Beth is very confused.
I know I had my shield up.
And you got a 9, you said?
So
I got a 10.
10.
10.
10 is Firefly.
My literal minimum roll.
Okay, and if anyone else knows the setting of Aberrant, there is another Firefly out there, but they are two very distinct persona-looking.
Well, she's got the German spelling.
She's got the fire going on. I think the other Firefly is like light stuff.
That makes sense. Kind of the Dazzler of...
Yeah.
A disco rave.
Yes.
Yeah, the Dazzler.
Yes.
And I love Dazzler, by the way. So
Oh, no, Dazzler's great.
she was great in the late 80s, early 90s when one of my favorite books is when she faced off against Juggernaut.
Dude, she's needlessly overpowered.
Crazy. She lost.
She's also one of those characters who shows up in Deadpool a lot because she's kind of ridiculous, but they have great interactions.
Oh, yeah.
And with the reboot and everything, I think they're setting her up for some crazy stuff.
She's
down
in
the road.
she's in the Deadpool pinball too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Firefly and Zeus. Yeah, she fought the Juggernaut. He just kept coming. She did everything she could. He thought he killed her. She passed out. She used so much power, and he's a big fan, so he buried her because he didn't know what else to do, and marched off to the city to drink it off, and she got out. But it was a cool episode of her pushing her powers, and anyway, that's just me. All right, so We have the city. I have everything written out. Still, the angel is dead. I'll erase her, or him, or
Oh, that's right. We have a map.
We do have a map. Da, 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 da.
Screenshots of where we were.
Yes. And I think I have them all.
This is also a drinking episode.
Yes, this is a little bit of a drinking episode. It is,
Andrew's had a rough couple of weeks at work.
I think everybody has.
Accurate. Although Mary did all her drinking last night, so she's abstaining today.
It's the holidays, and Andrew works in finance.
And I work for a school doing basketball stuff, and it's basketball season.
Yeah. No. Andrew and Kirk have great reasons to drink right now.
Yeah.
Although I did have a final a couple days ago that I got really mad at, so that was fun.
Oh, that's right. You're back in school.
It's fun, except for
How's it been going?
It's been going fine. I got a D on this final,
Oh.
which dropped my grade to an 88%.
Oh, is that the one you tweeted
Yes,
about? Holy
that
crap.
one. Where the teacher assigned 2 textbooks at the beginning. One was a little novel book. Never mentioned that book again. And the final was entirely about that book that he literally never mentioned anywhere outside of the syllabus.
It's like a Pathfinder villain.
Yeah, it was.
That's a shitty
Yeah.
thing to do.
It was
Sorry.
awful. It took me until after I took it to realize that it was the same title of the book because nowhere
You're
in the
alive,
text
so
even
you
did
need
it,
this.
mention it. I was so mad, but I ended up just guessing it and ended up with a 67%. And I was like, I don't even fucking care right now.
That's pretty good for guessing.
I do not care.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So.
stereotypically, it's at least a 50-50,
Right.
so you did better than that.
Yep, and I'll take my B plus and go home
Oh,
and
yeah.
never have to take that
Yeah,
class
if you rock
again.
the rest of it, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Fuck that guy.
I mean, a B student is
Exactly.
just an A student with a life, so.
Right? Actually, and I only have a B because I didn't turn in one assignment because I was like, this is dumb and I don't have time. So I took a 30-point hit on my grade because I felt like it. So I still ended up with an 88. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, no. Hey, yeah, I was not okay, so I'm still over by the stage. I
Stage,
lost
yes.
track. I tossed the fire from back there.
Yeah.
But he ran away from me and I couldn't
He jumped.
catch right.
Because remember, you had a hold of him for like a hot minute.
Yeah, and we were
And then
having
you were-
this
you- you
lovely
were-
fight and
He kicked off you, I think.
right,
yeah.
I was holding on much better than I thought I was going to, and then no.
Right, we discussed this in the car. The problem was the matchups. Because if I was able to go at this guy
Right.
without being fucked, he was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the mind fucker got me, and so I'm not so hot with the numbers.
And his mega dexterity was 3. What was yours? I think that's what you guys were competing off of.
Mine was only 2,
I
and
think
I didn't
that's-
have any mega strength, so I couldn't hold him.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hold him closer, Tiny Dancer.
Yeah, well, I wanted to give him a hug and then, light on fire, but there were too many people around and that didn't work.
They're still around because
Right.
they're sick and dropping, so they're not clearing out.
Right.
Normally they'd run away, but all right. Top of the round.
Not us.
Boy.
If you're gonna say it, you gotta say it like Kratos, just boy.
Wow. What is she going to do? She has some strength, but no mega strength. And I think his last blast of poison that got you, people are like bleeding out of their ears and eyes. Like it was a huge wave that went out.
Yeah, I've got a throat ache, and other people are the plague.
Melting, literally.
I need some NyQuil. Everyone else is dead. But I don't know this guy's right here. He might try to help me up, and I could think he's just a really cool dude. I wouldn't know. Because I can't see right now.
You hear a female voice, and you're a little far away to see this.
I'm still
She
unaware.
says, "Let's go. And she's got an accent, a Middle Eastern accent. She says, "We're done here. We've done the damage. Let's go." And you hear a man's voice who I don't know if he talked yet.
No, I think we got into a fairly silent
Yeah.
tussle.
He has a very thick, barely English speaking accent or dialect, and he says, "I want to get this one, We need to take him out. And I don't think he's very far away from him, is he?
Nah,
He
does a little jump.
Yeah, so he's...
And you see him like pop up out of the and go right to the float that he is standing on.
Yeah, at the moment he's just one float back, so... If he jumped away from me, he can definitely jump 2.
Yeah. That virus
Zeus.
airborne is nasty. All right. And I think he is going to just straight up punch you and see what he does, I guess. He doesn't have any weapons, really. It's almost like they didn't come here thinking there was going to be a fight, and you guys showed up. All right. Boy, it has been a while. Like, what am I going to do with some of this stuff?
This is why I was kind of okay with rolling low on initiative. So I didn't have to be the first one to try to figure it out.
Thank you. Let's see. And I think he's going to use his mega strength too. Just get that out of the way. And the -6 was from her vertigo, right?
Right. And so that's going to affect things like my dodging. I'm not going to try to dodge this because I am too fucked.
Okay.
So
I don't think he'll be able to do much damage, if at all.
No. I have a soak of 23.
Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attempts to 6 successes to hit you.
Okay. So so 5 of that rolls over because there's no me dodging.
Okay. And okay. It's like I forgot what to do altogether. Sorry, folks at home. We've been off for like 2 months. All right. 9 successes.
All of it's soaked.
Okay.
I don't even have to dip into any of my special soaks, like my shield or my invulnerability physical.
I just want to make sure his strength, mega strength, doesn't do anything funky that I'm not.
As long as he doesn't beat a 23.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he will. But it would be shitty if he walked away and like totally whiffed.
He just makes really solid contact and just nothing happens.
Oh, okay. At Mega Strength 3, his base damage is 15 automatic successes to his strength. So that would have been 24.
Oh,
yeah.
He got one.
It's the benefit of mega strength.
Yeah.
He got one bashing on me.
So you barely like.
I felt it.
Yeah. Looked like a little bruise. And you hear, he doesn't say ow, but he's like, all right, he's tougher than, I cannot do an Arabian. He's tougher than he looks. We got to get out of here.
He's tougher than he looks.
We got to get out of here.
We must away.
All right. Mary.
Okay. So I'm going to hop up onto the stage that's next to me because it's right next to me and I might actually be able to see something other than a giant angel-y demon thing. And so Zeus is up on the float and this guy just jumped next to him,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Punched him.
Right.
And like the wave went out. Like some of the stuff on the float fell off. It was a nice sonic little smack.
But the point is he's up out of the crowd.
Yes.
And I can throw fire at him.
Yes. And the only thing close to him is
Zeus. So I'm just going to try to not hit you.
Well, you know that I can absorb energy.
It's true. Yeah, we've tried this before. Not at a full power, but we've tried this before. So
we know I have the potential to be okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's part of the training montage.
Oh yeah. It's been forever. Okay, so and he's well within range. So I'm rolling to hit.
Yes.
with
And he stands straight up after he punches him. He's like, what? His hands are out to the side like, that was the best I could do.
I'm gonna spend a willpower just to make sure I hit
Okay.
because I can, and I really don't like this guy. That's I hit anyway. I think. Do mega dexterity? I forgot about the mega dexterity. Does that work for hitting?
We all have books now.
Yeah, we do have books now. Oh my god.
Mega dexterity. What do you have? Two or three?
I have three. No, I have two. I have two.
Doesn't say anything on that, but if you have accuracy, that would add to your ability to aim stuff.
No, I have cat-footed with that, so that doesn't help. But that's fine. No, it's okay.
But you do get to roll your mega dexterity as they explode.
As a separate, yeah. Okay. So, and I don't think I counted. No, so all right, here we go. Which is an extra, and successes are 7s and up?
7s and up.
Okay. So, I hit him with an extra willpower 8 to hit.
Ooh. He doesn't see it coming because he is mentally stunned from punching him and nothing happened. So he's still looking down at Zeus like, what? This guy doesn't look like he's got anything on him.
All right. So a ball of fire comes out of nowhere.
Roll a wits. It's not wits anymore. Damn it, what would it be? Intelligence and... Damn it.
What are you trying to figure out?
If she...
I mean, there's perception awareness.
Yeah, let's do perception, investigation, or awareness. Investigation, if you have it.
I don't. I
and
have
just straight
awareness.
Up perception.
Okay.
Because you hear him say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 1.
1's all it takes. You don't think he's ever fought another Aberrant before or had much experience, period, to punch another guy who's wearing a fine suit flying around and expect him not to have some sort of...
he looks surprised.
It's gaudy suit, too.
Yeah. Oh, we know. I was there when you bought it. Okay. So Fireball hits him. Does he didn't dodge or anything because he didn't see it coming.
No, he does not.
So it all carries over. Okay. So
I didn't do his soak.
Those 7 dice. Because do you take one off for the hit? So if I hit with 8, 7 roll over?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure where we are in a system. And then, so he automatically takes 6 inflicts. Okay, so he takes 6 levels of lethal damage.
Okay.
That's the automatic. And then I roll 17 dice. Whew.
And I'm sorry, it just hits him, nothing bleeds
19.
over and hits me?
19 dice.
Okay.
No, this one's just a... Because I didn't use any of the extras on it. I just threw a straight, effectively, quantum bolt.
It's just extra health levels, so... You just get 6 dice to...
I lied, 19, because 12 and 7 is more than 17. Hang on, let's see. Well, in your favor, I rolled less well on the damage than I did on the to hit. Is it still? It's still 7s? It's 6s on damage?
I believe so.
Okay, that helps. Again, it's oh my
I
god.
want to make sure.
Right? No, you do want to make sure because that
could be
makes a difference.
Huge thing. Come on now. 240. God, it's. I guess reading all the other game systems I've been
That's the
poking
problem.
my nose into, and damage types, resolution. say? Is it under the basic, like...
I think it's under like the basic rules of rolling, probably in the
very front
of the rules. It doesn't help that we did not expect to be playing this game like tonight.
No.
So none of us
little
refreshed on.
Rolling dice pools, trait ratings, movement actions.
Successes and
There you go.
failures.
Unless specifically otherwise stated, it's 7, 8, 9, 10. I just can't quite remember. That's the bad part.
And this is the thing that, as a player, when you start hitting me, I want to be sure of.
Right. And vice versa. I don't want to... I think it's 7.
Okay. We'll go with that. It's fine. If we figure it out later, I'm not going to complain. Yeah, since I don't see anything else, it's probably safer to default to just the regular success roll. I got 6 extra successes, so 6 automatic and then 6 successes on the roll. If it's 7.
I'm just not seeing it anywhere. All right, 7 it is then. Here's a resolution. Here's this. And usually they do like a little thing, like a example of what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, they just keep saying successes, so it's probably safe to go with 7.
All right.
So yeah, it was
So you
12
had
total.
12. 1, 2, 4. So 8.
And it is lethal.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. All right. You wind up with this fireball in your hand and softball lob it overhand or however you want to do it. And it spirals. And as he's like throwing his hands up, like, what? I don't get it. He explodes in a starburst and completely catches on fire. Falls to the ground, still on fire. Like he gasps and shrieks at the same time. Like gasps, draws all the heat in, shrieks again, and then falls on the ground. Burning. And doesn't like flinch or twitch or anything. He just goes straight down. And you hear a scream. A woman's scream.
And now I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Right.
Do I hear the woman scream?
How long did that thing last? That was the other thing with hers. I think I wrote down.
Because my perception of awareness is, oh no, because it's anything that's cut in half or more. So yeah, no, literally everything is gone. So yeah, you were expecting me to have willpower when this character doesn't. Because it was like, oh, that's a mental defense.
Yeah.
My guy's pretty.
And she distorted. It's page 190. I want to see how long it lasts because I don't want. Because if it's not, then this would break her concentration.
Duration, maintenance.
Okay.
So she's got to be spending quantum to keep it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, she's doing that. But as this happens, she drops it.
I'd say that's pretty distracting. I
As
mean, if you
maintenance-
caught on fire and fell to the ground not moving, I'd be a little distracted.
Disorient as a maintenance power lasts for the normal quantum plus power rating turns. The Nova may then spend extra quantum points to maintain the power automatically. The same level exists. However, the appointment.
So it
must
already
make another
lasts.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Her quantum plus power rating. Quantum's 3. Power rating is 3, so it'd be 6 full rounds.
Yeah, I'm still done.
Okay.
I don't think it's been. I think it's been at most
2 or 3.
I think this is turn 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would think that 2 is as much
Okay.
as has passed.
So while this is going on, you hear a scream. Perception awareness for Firefly.
And if it's sight based,
Yes.
I have because that's my specialty in awareness. So these will explode if I get any 10s. That's how that works, right?
Yes.
10s will count. I didn't. Get any.
They only explode if you have a specialty.
Right. I have sharp sight as a specialty. So if I
mega
roll
perception?
yes, no mega. Just
Okay.
that's the.
That's where I'd messed that up
Yeah.
before. Okay.
Anyway, I got 3 successes.
You all of a sudden a figure is standing next to the smoldering, burning body, and air is rushing along with this woman, and she is in a full
Burka?
burqa. Yeah.
Okay.
I know words.
The bottom part is cut differently, and she's almost got like leggings on for the running.
Just for motion. Yeah.
And she starts looking around. She kind of bends down and then starts looking around to see who did that to him.
Well, I didn't try to hide or anything, and I'm standing on the stage, so
Okay.
I'm probably not hard to find.
Let's just make sure it's 6. Yeah, she spots you. She looks you dead in the eye, and it looks like she leans back to wind up, and all of a sudden, out of the sky is like a lightning white bolt that hits her in the shoulder. Let me make sure. That is. Yeah. Okay. Wasn't a great roll. Shit. It's funny when you expect like craziness to happen, and so all those go over. All right. 10. Okay. She takes a knee, looks really, really rough. And without even looking around or anything, in an instant, she's holding the guy. And then in another instant, she's gone, and a sonic boom takes off down the street. Make another perception plus awareness. And it's like a smoke. You see, like, she had a huge burn mark on her shoulder, and you see like a wisp of smoke going off.
Against sight.
Yes.
So, do 10s count as 2s, or do you re-roll them?
They count as 2s.
Okay, I got 5.
Unless that's your sight thing, then those will re-roll.
Okay.
They count as 2 if they're mega dice. I'm sorry.
No, I don't have any mega dice. This
Then
is
those
just
explode
they
because
just,
of that, yeah.
You just re-roll them.
Yes.
Okay.
And if there's 10s
I got
again,
3.
okay.
That's
And you kind of scan around and look up on top of a rooftop, and there is a young, dark-haired woman that has a bow and arrow, or a bow at least, made of gold, and like a mini skirt almost, and wearing sandals, and like one foot's cocked up, and she's kind of looking at you guys, and looks over to see the trail off.
Okay.
So it is Zeus's turn, if he wants to do anything. And when she leaves the area, it fades, no matter what, because I think there's a range on it.
Yeah, no, Zeus literally can't do anything because as far as he knows, he's still in a crowd.
Right.
He is still a heroic figure, so he's not going to shoot blindly. He's just going to, at best, take put his hands up and kind of kind of defensive, kind of feeling out.
Right. The disorientation is gone. Like the world suddenly comes back settles down into focus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, once she goes out of range. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all that has a range. I'm pretty sure.
Because I'd imagine it just sticks with me unless she maintains it. She probably has to be in range to maintain it, but otherwise it's going to be still 3 turns. So
area's not. Yeah. Wait a minute. Then it keeps going for another couple turns because she doesn't have to do anything until that ends.
Yeah. So
you're just sick as a dog, sick as a dog, and everything's upside down. And
so I'm doing my best to stand on my feet and just kind of holding my hands up and just trying to open my eyes, but can't really. And
every time you do, the world kind of shifts and turns on its side.
And I take a moment to just at most, just focusing on my breath.
You're also feeling sick from the disease thing.
Which is why my jaw is clenched shut. No way am I throwing up on camera. That is my willpower. I will spend a willpower point to not do that.
I'm going to be making my way towards him because clearly something's fucked up because he hasn't done a victory pose yet, and I'm confused.
Okay, you start moving through the crowd, and people are laying everywhere. And some people look like they have not dissolved, but popped almost. Yeah, their blood's everywhere. It's a disaster. Mm-hmm. There's a melting effect, I think, that's going on where people have either thrown up, started throwing up intestines and stuff like that. It's bad. You make it over to him. There's a scorch mark where the guy was laying, and he's hanging on, but every time you look at his eyes do the circle things where they're just moving in circles, and he closes them back up and he opens them again. They keep doing that and closes them again.
Okay.
Not even register that you're there. Yeah. But you my hands are slightly probing out. It's a really drunk Tai Chi movement almost in front of me.
At a certain point I'm just sort of I don't know if even if I do that are you all right? And you can you hear?
Yeah. But it's all
but it's all coming in. Just
so if he doesn't, if he's not responding, I'm basically gonna stand there and make sure he doesn't fall off of this thing and not know what else to do right now.
Yeah, and when he touches stuff, instead of steadying him, it makes him feel worse because it feels like it's moving too. And
so anything I touch, I try to grab, but then immediately but it's that.
Yeah.
For those who can't see, I just dragged lightly over a box and just kind of the world's most pathetic grab. Just
And then I'm looking back up.
The person's gone up there.
Okay.
And another turn goes by, and he starts to sort of come out of it. And you hear a door open on that same building, and this girl comes out. And she says in a very heavy Greek accent, "Are you two okay?"
I'm fine. I'm not sure what's going on with him.
I'm from Utopia.
Just breathing heavily as I start to come out of this. And then finally, as I do,
they're both watching you.
Right. Just
finally, so
emergency services you start hearing sirens off in the distance. And
so as I see this person who has a bow, but it's not pointed at me or anything, because I didn't hear I'm from Utopia. Right.
It's not pointed at you, and as you kind of look at it, it does not have a string.
I start to straighten my tie. Oh, fuck, what is your name? It's been so long.
Beth.
Beth.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Bethany? Was it the full name?
Yes, it's her full name.
Yeah. Zeus definitely calls you Bethany. Bethany, who's your friend? Where'd the demon go?
Okay. It was more angelly than demonic, and I threw fire at it, and it finally died. Although after you got knocked down. And then I killed another guy, and then I think she shot the other chick, which I didn't even know who that was, and then they ran away. I don't know what actually happened there, though.
What other guy? What other chick?
The one who tried to punch you.
Somebody punched me?
He didn't feel that?
I mean, judging by the other guy's reaction of what the hell, I'm like, maybe he might, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Didn't look very effective from over there, but
No, Zeus straight up asked, somebody punched me?
I think so. Maybe he missed. I don't know.
It looked like he punched him.
Yeah.
His head moved.
Hold on.
She steps back.
I also step back. That's.
Yeah.
Fans his face, both hands. Just.
You realize you're sweating now, which you weren't previously.
Starts feeling his
Clammy-
face, just
clammy
like.
sweat.
What did that demon do to me?
He did it to a lot of people, it looks like.
Oh my God! Finally
look
realizing
around.
what's happened around me.
Laying everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, just starts looking. It's just like, oh no!
Yeah.
This is exactly what we didn't want.
Well, at least you got him exposed, she says, because he probably would have just walked through the crowd and killed people and they wouldn't have known what was going on.
Yeah, I couldn't. God, the crowd was too thick. I couldn't do much, as I couldn't hold him or stop him before he started whatever it was he was doing.
Connor's just staring at just the masses, just very quiet. Or sorry, Zeus is staring at the masses, just very quiet.
Yeah, she says, I don't have anything for this. I don't have any healing abilities or anything.
I don't know what to do.
She said, I was nearby watching the news and I saw this and then I came over. But I work for Artemis locally. I mean, I'm Artemis. I work for Project Utopia locally.
They sent us here to try to stop this. They had a tip that it might it was a target, but
That's a mess.
which is why we were here. We were ready for something, but we didn't know what. We only had his face. Did we have his face?
The voice shifts.
We had a
Yes,
terrorist.
because you were able to spot him
yes.
in the
Yeah.
crowd.
So Zeus's voice shifts into Connor's, still maintaining the Zeus outlook. We were prepared for one guy who could cause disease. And yet somehow, for the second mission in a row, Project Utopia has missed the mark on what was actually going on and sent everyone in blind, resulting in this glorious failure.
I think they would have sent more of us if they had known. But I don't know how visible
This level of
these
incompetence
people were.
gets into the system.
I've never seen these people before, and I've been studying
I don't even think
files.
this was a guaranteed target. I think this was just they thought this might be a target
Right.
of opportunity, which is why we didn't have any information.
And the disease guys didn't act like he's ever hit another Nova before, so...
Yeah, he looked very confused when he didn't. I think he did hit you, but it didn't seem to do much, clearly, if you didn't notice.
Connor Zeus is not listening. It is he's just looking around at what's on the ground and just
Bethany is now, because we're standing up on the float
Yeah.
where he was, and she's doing her best to not look
Right.
down. She's doing the thing where she's like, "You're on eye level with me, and I'm not
yeah.
looking down." And
It's the Zeus body, the Connor voice, and it's just fixed on the ground.
and I'm trying to avoid exactly what you're staring at. So
Yeah. She puts her bow on her back and starts getting off the float and looking around. She's like scanning the situation. Like, I think most of the people within this area here they're just dead. She goes, but some of these other people, I think we can help her make them more comfortable while they're on the ground or whatever. And so she starts kind of filtering through, and if people are laying awkward, like on their arms, she helps them out.
I'm going to follow her, and here, hang on.
Ambulances start arriving. Police start arriving.
But I also, before we get too far away, like if you're part of Utopia locally, is there anybody nearby that is
hopefully they're
Utopia
seeing what
that
I'm
can
seeing.
help? Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully they saw what I saw. And like she said, I was just like a block or two over. I got here as fast as I could.
Okay.
But I don't fly that fast.
It's better than not flying at all. Yeah, I'm gonna also.
Okay.
I'm going to.
The other areas over by the stage and stuff, it's not nearly as bad. Like people are sick, and they're looking pretty bad already. They're not like popped to dead.
Right, and I was going to like try to see if I'm actually physically capable of this, and then I realized I have mega stamina, and I'm like, so which means I have the willpower to not throw up and just.
Do you have mega stamina?
I have this control, so I'm just going to be.
Oh, me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're okay.
Swallowing it down and going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I made a tanky guy, which is why it's like, oh, you punched me, giggle.
Right.
Oh, you shot me, giggle. What do you mean, mind freak?
Okay, so you two start helping people out. Are you helping people out, or are you kind of just, because you're starting to feel funky as you're standing there, like the more you feel grounded, the more your stomach is starting to hurt, and that hasn't happened in a really long time.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he does. He stands there and his belly goes.
That was a weird noise that came out of my throat. I don't know what that was.
I actually wasn't sure what that was for a second. I was like, did I just think a grumble tonight?
Nope, that was just
Like your nose is starting to stuff up, and you're like, "What?"
Yeah, honestly,
Cough, cough.
Connor's pretty pissed, but my God, there's definitely like a mental battle going on. I know we haven't statted out anything like a dual personality, but it's definitely
It's in the rules.
Yeah.
For aberrations and stuff to start doing that.
Yeah,
officially.
this
Until it
is
gets
probably
into
the
a split.
point where the fission occurs. That's probably what's going on right now. Because
It's not. It won't start out as a total split personality, but it'll be a Banner Hulk thing for a while.
Right,
probably,
right.
where
Well,
it's
so
accidentally slipping in and out of it. And
yeah, well, so it's like right now he just sees, it's like, oh, I have, both of them see the other one as a role, but it's still the same thing. Where right now, like, there's Zeus in the back of Connor's head, the role to Connor going, it's like get a hold of yourself. We have, a job still to do, but there's still just Connor who's just so furious right now.
Well, at this point, Zeus is probably doubting himself with the whole disease thing and the vertigo thing. Like, it's a vulnerability you didn't think you had.
Exactly. So, which is why
Connor's making more footway.
Right. Which is why he's not the voice coming out right now. It's Connor's voice.
And does he power down when that happens?
I'm going to actively spend a willpower to keep it up because Connor would have that sense of mind
Right.
to keep it up.
Okay.
But no, it would definitely take. But that's all he can do willpower wise.
Okay. Okay. More firefighters start showing up with stretchers and stuff. The paramedics are flabbergasted. They have no idea what this is. Each person looks like they've got a different strain of some terrible disease. It's a disaster. And some of them initially start trying to set up a quarantine field around this place because they don't know if it's contagious or what's going on. So the police are kind of running around. The firefighters start setting up boundaries and stuff and keeping people out. Let's see how long that takes.
I actually have a dot in medicine, so I have an idea of how to at least do.
So you could probably do the triage, like who's the worst.
Just be like, this person's still alive, come help. Yeah.
Utopia starts to arrive almost within a round or two. There are at least 3 novas kind of start descending from the sky, and they look like I want to say they're in white. Some of them have like a red, like two of them have a red cross on their chest or on their lapel or whatever it is, and they descend down and start looking around. Like they spot you three, and what happened?
I mean, I'll be on it, like go over it, because we were sent here by Utopia. We had this idea of what might happen. We found this guy the night before. We didn't know what was going. I'd go through the whole thing.
Okay. And the other two are kind of fanning out, gathering people. One of them is walking through and pronouncing people dead. Dead, dead, dead. And like, I'm going to say the person flips them over on their stomach when they're dead so that they don't confuse who's what anymore. And he is doing like a scan, a mental scan of people almost to find out if they're alive or not. So.
But so it's one of those weird to watch because he's not actually touching people before he pronounces them.
Right.
Okay.
Eventually, not calm down, but because I'm going to say Connor, because Connor's in control here. He's going to move off to an alley. He's not going to talk to Utopia. He's not going to assist in any way. He is just getting out.
Okay. Do you tell her at all, or do you just kind of leave?
It's not even like a full block away. Like he just walks behind the buildings.
Okay.
And is just standing there, and it's you're just crackling lightning.
Okay.
Just
I at least note that he's leaving, but I'm gonna stay and talk to and try to help.
Okay.
You do see me only walking.
Yeah.
The Nova who seems to be like walking around and starting the one scanning is going through and saying immediately needs the most help or whatever they're ranking. I don't know how 1, 2, or 3 or whatever it is.
Right.
And you would be doing the same thing with your medical knowledge. The second one is walking up and starts healing, and she calls back to the others and says, call Converter and get him in here. And she opens up a little phone and we need you here right away. We have a lot of wounded, and we need juice. Clicks it up. About 6 rounds later, flies in and lands, and he's got some weird costume on that's all like lightning bolts and bubbles and stuff, and he starts converting energy into quantum. It's like the air around him sort of darkens, and then he touches the healer, and the healer kind of juices up, and then she starts healing more people. It's a really weird converting solar energy or whatever he's doing. Light
That's
energy.
just neat.
It is interesting.
He's a quantum battery.
He's a battery. He's a converter battery. And he's like, anyone else need some juice? Because he just starts converting it in mass. Okay.
I mean, I don't, so I won't waste his time and energy.
Yeah.
If the circumstances were slightly less grim,
Right.
I'd be like, I want to play with that, but no.
Another couple minutes later, another healer shows up, and she also starts going to work healing, and they can only do it one at a time because there's no mass healing extra right now that I know of. So they start walking through, touching people.
It's comic book, not fantasy.
Right.
Which is a really weird thing to say, but like
It makes perfect
everyone
sense.
gets it.
Right.
Yep.
So this goes on. If you want to stay there, make a perception awareness.
3.
3. You notice he has moved off and not seen. You also notice that Artemis is kneeling down and she's starting to cry. She's holding someone's head. And you hear her say something like, I knew this person. Sort of stuff. So media starts starting to show up, and people are trying to keep them away, and they're taking pictures.
I'm kind of like doing this is numbing, but I'm going to keep doing it because I feel like it's the only thing I can do right now that actually is
It's
helping.
speeding things up. It's speeding the process up.
Yeah.
You do hear one of the healers, probably the scanner, say, I'm not getting anything out of the area. It seems to be localized, and I'm not getting that it's going anywhere. So it must be more like a poison than an actual disease bomb or whatever it is. And so they start lifting some of the restrictions, so people that are in can leave and things like that. This goes on for hours if you want.
At some point, I am gonna go find him.
Okay.
And see if he still looks like he did. Like, do you still look like you were sweating and you?
It kind of depends on how
I
long
thought it takes weeks for this to get through.
But I've
And
got
that's-
mega stamina,
And I don't know what's going on, so I'm like,
But you double botched. That's the bad.
right.
That is the worst.
But there's still like an auto. Just you get this because mega stamina. So I'm probably going to be like sweating and not kosher for a while. But yeah, when I move to the back, this is when like I take off the suit and the button-up shirt. I wear gym, because it's Connor. He wears gym shorts underneath the suit, and so he kind of like dresses down. And when he does that, that's when he powers down. Probably looks for any kind of bag to store the suit in. Or no, fuck it. Connor's pissed. He'd just throw it in a trash can and start walking towards. Like it's a very slow, methodical kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he would he'd definitely pitch it in a trash can and then start walking towards the hotel where they were staying.
Okay. Yeah, the 4 successes is like the extremely fatal diseases, and you got 9, I think, and you got 2 botches on top of that. So it's way out. And what do we say? It was under sources of injury.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up. I'll look at the mega stamina on deck because I know that right away limits a bunch of stuff. Because that was the thing. It's like we had to like, oh, well, it's this, which is amazing, but it's like it's also this, so it's like
Right.
And specialties add dice, not successes. I figured that one out.
Specialties. Okay.
So when I'm looking at things, I get an extra die, but it doesn't affect the roll.
Oh, I thought it blew up.
Right.
No, I thought we did that. I thought we found that.
And I just found, I don't know what we found, but specialties add extra dice in their specific circumstances.
okay. So, let's see. My heal rates are 4 times faster than baseline.
Okay.
Lifespan, that doesn't matter. Dice pools due to penalties due to injuries are reduced by 2.
Okay.
Extra soak. Okay, and then I've also got resiliency and regeneration.
Right.
It's the regeneration that
Right.
is gonna.
Yeah.
I think it's the only thing that's going to save you from being down for too long.
Yeah, regeneration, you can like watch my wounds close before your eyes. Let's see. I know with this enhancement may spend a quantum point to instantly heal bashing lethal damage at a rate of 1 quantum per health level. Doing so automatically make a stamina.
Oh, resistance is also the ability that would. Because disease inflicts bashing damage that ignores soak.
Right.
So, although you can try it if you have like mega stamina, but that's up to the storyteller.
It wouldn't be that big of a deal, but you had a double botch. So there's whatever he keyed into genetically is like marking you very easily. It's almost like it's inhibiting most of your natural resistances.
Oh, and the severe ones can inflict lethal damage.
Yeah, so I'm it's almost like it's got to be aggravated damage for the double botch to bump it up that high. And that's he's having trouble burning off.
Regeneration does not heal aggravated damage.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's see. Toughened by rigor, channels quantum, mega stamina, Nova's bodies, the soak bonus. So my soak is even higher.
But you don't get to soak the disease stuff.
Right.
So I think you're just going to fight this off as you normally would heal that many aggravated levels,
Right.
which takes a long time.
But due to my mega stamina, whatever it is reduced by 2. So whatever you put it at, it would be knocked down 2 levels because of my mega stamina.
You're healing like as it's 2 less, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
how
like I said,
many- how many
that's the
levels?
weird slider was. And I have 2 in mega stamina.
Okay. How many health levels do you have?
Oh, health levels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 before I hit incapacitated.
Okay. I thought you have more than that with mega stamina.
It goes up for mega stamina, so I have, because I have mega
How
stamina.
many? You have 3 in mega stamina?
I have 3 in mega stamina, and I have 3 bruised, 1 hurt,
Right.
injured, wounded, maimed, crippled.
Yeah,
it
I
just adds
have-
bruised levels,
Yeah, I have 2 in
Mega
mega stamina.
and you've got 2 extra bruised or you've got 2 bruised boxes.
I have 2 bruised boxes.
Right.
That was one
So
extra.
my third dot gives me that third.
Yeah,
bruise.
You should have. Then that should be 8 boxes. You should have, right?
Because you start off with 1 bruised box, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you should have 2.
Yeah, so I've got 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 before incapacitated.
Okay.
8 including.
So you have
and-
8.
Yeah.
So so 8 incapacitates me, 9 dead.
Yeah. And I've got 1 more on top of this.
Yeah, it's basically like that first mega stamina doesn't do anything for
Right.
your health levels, and then every mega stamina after that
Right.
adds a health level.
So you're crippled. Your last crippled, basically.
I'm at my last crippled.
Correct.
Crippled is the
one
one
crippled,
before.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, crippled is right before me.
So that's what you're at when you're walking away and everything. So it's hard to do a lot in general because of that -4.
Well, actually, even then, like I
Which
still
is a
get
-1 for him, or -2.
2.
Oh,
Right, I'm a level
There you go.
above you because the penalties get
The penalties also
reduced
go down.
with
Great.
mega stamina. So
Okay. So it's not that bad, but it's still pretty.
right,
intense.
it's still a lot of boxes.
That's
It's
the
not so much penalty.
Right. That's the fever
Yeah.
rushing through. So this is going to be healed as a Nova, healing aggravated damage, and I don't think any of your stuff's affecting it.
Well,
It's like it's connected in your genetic, so it's healing it too quicker.
so whatever the baseline is, I heal 4 times faster than that.
Right.
So whatever the baseline damage is, whatever the baseline is for healing aggravated, I heal 4 times faster than that, and I just can't spend any of my regeneration stuff to heal even faster.
Right.
Right. I am not seeing.
Let's see.
I just have lethal. Is it the same as lethal?
Aggravated?
Can't be.
There isn't a specific healing aggravated damage.
Wheel.
I wonder if that's the distinction then, is that it takes the same amount of time, but
Certain things just don't affect it.
yeah. That would be interesting. It would also make for a more quick in-game time game,
Yeah.
which I actually kind of like.
Yeah.
I'm going to default to whatever the rule is, but interesting.
So pull your punches.
Like, part of me really wants to give a shout out to the beer I'm drinking because it's one of my favorites, but at the same point in time, I don't want to like have somebody upset. Like, why are we tied to this? Without giving too much away, just while people are looking up rules,
Here we go.
they one of my aunts saw me drinking this beer, and they looked at me and like, "Is that because it's your lifestyle?"
Aggravated damage
Against
may not be.
baselines, aggravated damage is permanent. The wounds never heal.
Aggravated damage may not be soaked except by novas with the hard body enhancement or other similar powers. To record aggravated as a star.
Novas
against
may
balance.
heal aggravated damage, but they get no multiplier for their metabolisms. They heal aggravated damage no faster than a baseline human heals lethal
There you go.
damage.
Okay,
So crippled takes 3 months to heal that one level.
Oh, that's dumb. So the regenerated power said it doesn't affect aggravated damage. Didn't we read that?
I can't spend because you can't spend it to heal.
The healing and regeneration powers can heal aggravated damage, but each level healed costs triple the normal quantum point cost under aggravated damage, it says.
That may be a typo then?
Because it specifically
Right.
says no.
Right. That's why I'm like, what?
That might be in an errata, like, oops.
Because that wouldn't. I mean,
Well,
that,
no, it's like I'm reading from the same book.
Right, no, I know,
Your
it's-
books
it's
are more
the-
updated than mine is, I believe. That's
see.
Okay.
I wanna make sure.
because but like Mega
but
Stamina
that's what I'm saying, so it's like-
itself doesn't say that.
Because like in the book, Mega Stamina. Here, I'll flip over to that.
Okay.
And I'll read that, and then you have just aggravated heals right there. Okay, nope, that's attributes. Got to flip over to it.
Yeah, okay, well, at least in the PDF, regeneration does not heal aggravated damage, period, is the last sentence of regeneration.
Yeah.
So, does it say something different in the book?
I think that's
Not
what
my
I
book.
read. So hold on a second. So let's see here.
Which is annoying.
Mega Stamina. Okay. Regenerations. All Novas heal more quickly than the human normal baseline. With enhancements, heals even quicker than most Novas. Sometimes her wounds literally close right before your eyes. System. A Nova with this enhancement may spend a quantum point instantly healing bashing or lethal damage at a rate of 1 quantum per health level. Doing so is an automatic action, but the Nova may heal a maximum number of their health levels per. Wait, the Nova may only heal a maximum number of those per turn, but Novas may heal maximum.
No, wait, I think I
Here it
figured
is,
it out.
here it is.
Regeneration is a power.
It's in the player's guide as a fix.
Oh, is it?
This is aberrations and errors to the main book. Regeneration, page 61. Regeneration may heal aggravated damage at triple the normal cost. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So then, sure, I've got literally quantum for days.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what.
Okay.
Yeah, in the alley as like, I get out of, the Zeus costume, and then I focus my quantum to heal it. So at triple the normal cost, which would be 3 then instead of 1.
1 per health level healed, yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be 3 per health level.
Okay.
But it's only a maximum health levels per turn equals your Mega Stamina rating. So you can only heal 2 per turn, but that's still
Right.
turns.
Yeah,
instead of
I'll go
days.
down to wounded because that's effectively a 0 for me.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll spend the 6 to do that.
So write in your books probably that
just
aggravated
cross
costs,
off the line.
Right.
Yeah.
Ag costs 3 times.
Yeah.
Costs 3 points per level.
Oh yeah, because we both have that regeneration now. So
Right. And it's your books, so might as well correct them.
I'm using a pencil, so
yeah, that's
So it's not so bad. So before he starts healing up, like, you're getting really bad. But with that 2 fucking botches. Let's say
Well, that's what
two
took me-
extra quantum points too as well for this because you botched those rolls. So 5 points.
you know what?
per
Fuck it.
level.
Let's do it per level because you're right. It's a double botch. It should really cost. So just the cost is the times. Oh, instead of
Times
it.
5.
Well, what I was going to say is make the base costs already a 3, so it's times 3 to that. So it becomes 9 essentially to heal it.
Okay.
Which
You got plenty in your pool. So
I've got like almost 40.
Right.
I can spend the 18,
Right.
and I wouldn't have even
Right.
dipped because
Okay.
yeah, it's now I have to regenerate those, which do come quicker.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
now we're not crippled in terms of game time.
Right. And also, this might be the most depowered you have been in your existence as Zeus, which is a different feeling altogether.
Oh yeah. No, like I said, in terms of like RP story wise, this is literally the incident that causes the mental fission,
So you're not as glowy, you're not as shiny.
which is why I depowered down to Connor.
Right.
Because Zeus was thinking like, I can't let people see me like this, and Connor is thinking, it's like, it's like I was no hero today. I was betrayed. Connor feels betrayed by Project Utopia. He's convinced that because this is the second time in a row that not only were they under-informed, but they were flat out informed incorrectly.
Right.
So Connor, being his paranoid self, views this as like, once is an accident,
Right.
twice is a coincidence. There's no such thing as a coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So you guys find each other in the alleyway. He looks. So you're as Connor now, right? You're not Zeus.
Yeah, I'm wearing an undershirt and
Which
gym
surprised
shorts.
you because you expected to find Zeus, and all of a sudden it's little Connor. People are filtering around, stopping, trying to look down alleys and stuff, and it's a mess. And we were in, where were we at?
London
I believe so.
or some city
Manchester,
nearby.
England.
I was
Yeah,
just
we,
saying,
we were in the UK.
we were in the UK. I was like, hang on, London didn't sound right, but
So if you wanted to go to the London Rishaud facility, you could if you wanted to power up or whatever you want to do there, or change, or get the blood off, or
that's because we had a hotel room because we were staying here overnight.
Yes.
Yeah, Connor goes to the hotel room.
okay.
Yeah. Once she sees that he's walking and kind of out of it, but not looking like death,
Right.
she's going to go back to helping as much as she can
Okay.
because walking away from this seems like something she can't do right now.
Right. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
There are a few other Novas flying in that are triaging people out, flying people out, and coming in, and stuff like that.
It's basically going to be a work until there's no work left
Right.
to do, and then
And you're kind of seeing this is the upside of Utopia. This is Novas showing up and helping people and stopping pain and healing people up right then and there. Some people look like they're on death's door and they're getting up and walking away. So he's not seeing all this. 'Cause
No,
Right.
he's
like, oh,
not,
Either.
which is great.
right, and she doesn't have the paranoia to buy into your interpretation right now either.
Right.
So
Well, he hasn't voiced it.
no, I know,
Right.
but even
So-
if you did, she wouldn't have that same reaction. She'd look at you like,
Even then, you'd
don't-
be like, look around.
I don't think, yeah, right. And so right now she's sort of basking in the opposite of that,
Yeah.
which is as soon as they figured out what was actually going on, they
I know,
showed
I
up
love
to
that
help.
dichotomy. I love it.
Yeah.
And when you find Artemis again, she's got gore and blood all over from helping people, and she looks fucked up too. Like she has never seen this sort of shit before.
Right. No, this is Bethany working through shell shock
Yeah.
by keeping busy.
So there's points where you guys are stopping and they bring in water stations and things like that for people to clean up or whatever. And you guys kind of bump elbows at one point, and she's just like, this is something outside of what I expected when I joined.
I'm from a tiny town in the middle of the States. I've never seen anything like this.
She says the place I grew up is in a small island off of Greece, and a cart spilling food was like the biggest thing we've ever seen, and or a goat getting run over.
Themyscira?
No. Yes, but no. But
Different
yeah.
thing. Different thing.
different world. This is not Crisis crossover right here. That's on
I don't know.
CW.
This is a crisis. We seem to be crossing over.
Yeah, she just
Yeah, it's-
devastated. This is crazy. Why would they want to attack these people? My friend over there, I knew her. She worked at Utopia, and
This isn't.
she came here for a fun weekend, and
They-
this is her first time out as a gay person, and this is what happens. So, yeah, and then you guys go back and wade
Yeah.
into it again, and I want to say in about 8 hours, people are all gone, evacuated, and they've also brought in some other Novas who are repairing stuff almost like magic, reconstructing stuff while they're just standing there. It looks like the scene in Fantastic Beasts where they're just waving wands and like shit's fixing itself. And it almost looks like as they're moving down, like nothing has happened at all. And
Because I don't
at that
really.
time, the media is brought in
Right.
after all the blood's cleaned up, and they're shooting them, rebuilding city storefronts and things like that.
At a certain point when we reach rebuilding, and there's not like I'm sitting there going, your powers seem much more productive than. I have to go shower now. Like that's like before the media like
Right.
really turns up. I'm like I need to be gone. I can't deal with this right now. Like, my feelings of usefulness are, like, gone, so...
Yeah.
I
About the time you run into Artemis again, she says the same thing. I feel like I should have gotten there sooner. I was able to do one shot, and I didn't kill her.
I couldn't stop him from leaving. There were too many people, and I couldn't kill him without hurting everybody around us. And the really scary part is, even if I had done that, fewer people would have died.
Yeah. She says, maybe tomorrow. Make up for it tomorrow. I'll see you around, Firefly. Mm-hmm. It was nice getting to know you and work with you. And that she slowly flies off like...
she goes flying off, and I turn around.
She's doing like wobbling like...
And I'm like, well, back to the feats and the walking back to the hotel. And regardless of how long of a walk it is, like... no thought of hailing. No, I don't think so either, but she wouldn't even think to hail a cab or anything. She needs
Manchester's
to walk.
tiny.
Yeah.
Well, by American city standards.
Right.
Still is a population pretty dense, but...
Okay. You get to the hotel, shower, your clothes
It's like
are all
northern
gross.
UK, too.
Right.
Yeah.
I think she's probably going to try to go to sleep, but it's not like she's needs it, and I don't think she's going to be able to. She's going to have one of those nights of just sort of sitting there and staring at a wall.
Yeah. What would that be? Rapport?
I don't know.
What are you trying to do, make a friend?
Trying to sleep without having it all tear her up.
Oh, that's like...
Nightmares used to be that role in Werewolf.
Right,
I
'cause
don't remember what that was, but...
Yeah, it was a flaw, because Blaze has that.
A willpower taint roll? That's all I can think.
She does have a couple points in.
I'd roll her willpower.
Yeah. Okay.
Just as a reflexive.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Many successes.
Okay.
So.
You're able to sort of, once you're away from it, you don't watch anything on TV when you get back about it.
Yeah.
Just shower, you kind of sit there for a while. And her voice keeps coming back about, I'm going to fix this tomorrow, sort of thing. And you did help people. You picked out some really bad wounded people, and they healed them up right away. And those people walked away. That's the other great thing. It's not like you have to wait weeks or months for them to get out of a hospital.
Right. Two successful surgeries, and then they finally die of shock or something else.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Connor doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
Connor actually busts out the laptop, throws up his little VPN to bounce the signal around, and Connor is very convinced that we were led astray, and he gets on some Aberrant sympathizer boards.
Okay.
Makes some statements about that, and also starts like trying to actively dig and try to find out who would have known, who would have contributed to intelligence, who's in the intelligence over at... He'd probably start with trying to figure out who's in the intelligence area over at Utopia.
It's a huge group. While you're on...
It's going to be an ongoing puzzle that he works through.
He gets a little pop-up message, like a little instant, like, boop. Mm-hmm. Says, just saw what happened. You guys okay? And as it types up, you hear the voice, like, coming through the speakers. And it's Chrome Samurai.
He types back. It's like, if you saw what happened, then you know the answer.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Little videos pop up of your... from some camera phone that's really like one of the tiny old little ones.
Yeah.
Says you guys lost some people, but you saved some people. I wouldn't call it a wash, but you're poking around some places. And I see there you've tripped some watchers. So be careful if you're out here doing too much.
And this is where he kind of like repeats his sentiment that was in his head earlier. It's like, once is an accident, twice is a coincidence. There's no such thing as a coincidence.
you just see like the blinking like cursor, and he comes back and he says, "I checked out the first one, and we had no way to know that anything was coming down like that." He says, "If you want, I could check out this judgment guy and see if he's been known to work with these people before, or." But he was kind of backwater, from what I'm seeing, from what I've dug up from Utopia. Like literally in a cave. No cell phone, no nothing. We're totally religious indoctrination.
I understand. I think he's a puppet. I think there's more to it. But I don't think it's I think he's a symptom of a disease, not the root cause.
You get back, fair enough. I'll try to track down the speedster, see if I can find out what she's all about. Because another video like pops up and it's a freeze frame of her stopping kind of over you, picking up the burned body.
What'll it cost?
This one's on the house. This shouldn't take too much resources.
Not to be insulting, but the house always plays to win. I'd rather know what the cost is before agreeing. I haven't played someone so paranoid in a long ass time, and he's in a bad spot right now. I've got to play it up.
He says, I made off too well after the last heist. I don't need the money at the moment. You guys made like what?
Millions.
16 million or something like that, or 8 million apiece, something crazy.
Enough to buy a Vegas penthouse.
Yeah. He says, I want to go to Tahoe, and I'll need a distraction.
I know a guy who can be very distracting.
I want to look into those machines and see if they're as tricked out as I think they are.
I know someone who can be very distracting.
It's okay. Trade for a trade.
I accept.
And then it closes down to
Shut down, unplug my computer. I take the battery out. Like, he's paranoid.
Right.
They're like the battery and the computer and like the power cord are in 3 separate corners.
In the microwave.
He's not going to do that.
You don't have to burn it. The microwave's a Faraday cage.
Right.
I'm aware, but
Just close it. Hope you don't accidentally turn it on.
He'd probably just turn the battery. He'd probably put the computer inside the safe.
There you go. All right. It is 9:30. I'm going to call it there for a night since it feels like it's a clunky session of rules, and I'll brush up on some stuff for next week.
I guess that's true. If we can play next week. So
I'm literally, like I said, I have maybe 4 days where I'm in the office. I'm off all of next week.
Okay.
So
I do have to go in next week until I'm off Thursday, and then I don't go back until the 2nd. So
I have lots of work left, but I get off work at 4 every day, so we're good.
okay. So maybe we can do another session too after when is Christmas?
Christmas is on a Wednesday, so
yeah.
Boxing Day is a Thursday, and I usually don't have any plans on that day either. So,
Okay.
I will have to have gone back to work that day. So
that's one of my maybe days in the office. I might be at home.
So we got the 26th.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impossible. I don't have anything going on. So
I'm not that popular. And the second I'll be at work, I'll come home that day. So.
And Conan will be at work that night anyway, so that's trying to make up for not being able to work on Christmas. So it's not like I have anything else going on with him or anything. And
Okay.
this
We'll
year
play by
Christmas
ear.
Eve for me isn't until that Friday. So
Oh, okay. We'll play by ear. If something does come up, it's not a big deal.
Okay. But 100% next week.
yes,
And 70% for the week after.
Yeah,
sounds like
figure it out. Cool, cool,
And then
cool.
it sounds like we're back to werewolf.
Hopefully.
hopefully.
Fingers crossed. All right. This has been a production of Gaming Without Gaming. All rates reserved. I think that's it on my stuff. So have a good night and we'll see you next time.
See you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.